Hey, I'm Marquell,
Hey, what's up? I'm Trevor,
and
and
this
this is
the
the
Huddle.
Huddle.
Man, the week we have been waiting for, man. We got a great weekend of college football. I'm not going to talk about what happened to your Aggies, man, but and it was a great weekend. You know, I live in Columbus, Ohio, so the Ohio State Notre Dame game, it was wild down here, Trevor. Great weekend, but what we're looking forward to is this Thursday, the start of the NFL season, man. How you feeling about it?
I'm excited for it. I think
Mhm.
that's what we're looking for. Like you said, we don't need to talk about the Aggies right now, but like college football was exciting this week. I know a lot of people were looking forward to it, and I'm expecting a lot of that same excitement going into the first week of the NFL season. So.
Mhm.
I think a lot of people are looking forward to it, most definitely.
Cool. Yeah, let's get right into some of the news. The big news is going on. We know the Cowboys had injury issue a couple weeks ago. Tyler Smith went down, their left tackle, and they were already having problems on that left side of the line. They drafted a rookie who was he was looking to play left guard, but they're probably gonna end up having to put him back at tackle or something like that. They're gonna have to find something to work on that left line, and they actually just made a really big splash signing today, signing Jason Peters. Man, he played left tackle for Philly for a very long time. Most people consider him a future Hall of Famer. He played last season with the Bears, and his numbers were amazing. He didn't allow more than two pressures in any games, and the games that he did allow too were against like the best of the best, like the Miles Garrett's, people like that. So, what do you think about that signing, Trevor? How do you think that's going to help the Cowboys?
That definitely patches up, or it's an attempt to patch up the injuries on the offensive line. I think that's going to help out with Dak and Zeke because we are expecting those two to have really good seasons. The
Mm-hmm.
Cowboys are going to depend on them a lot. So, what do you need in order to help them to be the best version of themselves and achieve as much success as possible? You need a really good offensive line. So, I think that is a good pickup, especially this late into the preseason. The first week of the season has officially begun,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like that's a really good pickup for them, trying to patch up that offensive line, those injuries on those on the line. And honestly, the Cowboys have had or has had whichever one, but they've had some quite a bit of injuries on the offensive end. So I think that is something that the Cowboys fans and the Cowboys can look at and be like, finally something positive has happened.
Yeah,
So that's I think it's good and it's gonna help them out as much as it possibly can.
yeah. For me, it kind of it makes you really hopeful as a Cowboys fan. I when the injury started coming about, it made you really nervous just knowing that that left side was already questionable. Last year, we like led the league in penalties, and it didn't like it was going to get any better, especially losing a Pro Bowler and Hall of Famer and Tyron Smith. But getting a getting a veteran to come in and help out the young guys right there, like what I think they'll do is probably put Tyler Smith, the rookie, at left tackle because that's his natural position. So he won't even have to try to learn how to play guard right now.
Yeah.
And they'll have Jason Peters at left guard. So he'll be able to help Tyler Biotis, who is the center, who is struggling. He's a young guy, and then he'll be able to help Tyler Smith as well, who's another young guy. So it'll really uh, be kind of Dax Rock on the left side to make sure he's not running for his life every play. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that left side is your blind side. You can't see it. And
Hmm.
also, what I'm really looking forward to is when Tyron Smith gets back, like around playoff time, having Tyron Smith and Jason Peters on that left side, it could kind of look like one of the Cowboys lines from past times, like when we used to have Travis Frederick,
Possible.
Tyron Smith, and Zach Martin. So that would really help our run game. And as we all know, the run game really helps Dak Prescott because then he can get his play action back. That's where he excels. So I
Hmm.
think it's gonna help him a lot. But
Yeah.
let's. Oh, you did you have anything else, Trevor?
I was just gonna ask, why didn't Jason Peters sign back with the Bears? Was he a free
Why would he
agent
want to
or?
go to the Bears?
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
he was a free
that's.
agent.
I was
He
just
was he's
wondering.
I think he signed a 1 year deal and he was only going to come back because he's older. He's like 40. He's
Yeah.
only going to come back for a contender.
Oh,
You know what
okay,
I mean?
got you. Okay, it was one of those.
For
Okay,
the right
fair enough.
situations. Yeah, yeah.
I,
I think
I,
I'd rather
yeah, I definitely understand. I was just wondering why is he so good, but he
he's just
wasn't
older.
signed.
He's just
Yeah, he
older.
wasn't
Yeah.
signed anywhere. Yeah, okay, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Yeah, he's just older. But talking about contracts, there was a big splash signing last week in the
Hmm.
NFL. Not a splash signing. I don't know if that's the word to describe it, but a contract was made that's going to set a lot of precedent for ongoing negotiations that we've been speaking on.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson just signed a contract with the extended contract with the Broncos. And how much do you remember how much he got guaranteed, Trevor? Like 185 million or something like that.
Um, I believe he's either the
Mm.
second or the third ranked in terms of guaranteed money right now. I can look it up right now, but for Russell, all I can say is Broncos Nation, let's ride because he got the bag. So, so for the next few years, I believe it's what is it 3 or 4 year extension, or is it
um,
five?
5.
5 year, yeah, yeah. So no, I think it's good definitely for the Broncos because they get that consistent quarterback. They haven't had that good of consistent quarterback play since Peyton Manning.
Hmm.
So you sure up that position, and that is the most important position on the field, the
Hmm.
quarterback spot. So doing it now with the young players you have, you don't really have to pay a whole bunch of players right now.
Hmm.
So front loading that contract, being able to add that to the young guys so that on the back end of it, you can sign some people. I think that's good for the Broncos moving forward.
And there's
Um,
always a lot of tricks you can play with those contracts. So like he's
mhm.
guaranteed 165 million right now. I just looked that up.
Okay,
And
yeah, I was
and the
about to.
deal's worth 245, but like
Mhm.
uh in the future, if he's healthy, you could always restructure that contract to make it
Yeah,
guaranteed each year and open more cap room. So
yeah,
I
yeah,
know that's something the Cowboys have done recently with that contract.
yeah,
But that 165 million, but a 245 million dollar deal. That contract right there is gonna say a lot about Lamar Jackson's contract.
yeah. I was actually gonna bring that up. I, and this goes back to the conversation that we had. I think it was last video, but I really don't think that there's gonna be a lot of owners that are gonna want to pay quarterbacks fully guaranteed money. But I mean, who knows moving forward? But I
It's
think
not gonna. It's gonna come down to a point where it's not about what they want. They're gonna kind of get stronger on into it. You
fair
saw
enough.
Dak. You saw how much money Dak got guaranteed coming off of like a torn in half foot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that
Like
was pretty
so,
nasty.
like
Yeah,
it comes down to a point. It's so hard to find a consistent quarterback uh, that you can't risk going into the draft and trying to find a new one or free agency. You just gotta
yeah.
pay who you got if he's doing his job.
And Lamar is definitely doing his job. So he definitely deserves his money. Do you think I know this is kind of going on for tangent, but do you think he'll sign before wait, he stopped talks, right? For
They said he's
with
gonna
Lamar
stop talks when the season starts.
when the
So
season starts. So is
we don't
that
know
like
how true that is or
yeah,
whatever, but it might be a
uh,
negotiating tactic. I always
mhm,
take stuff like that with a grain of salt, you know what I mean?
fair enough. Okay.
All right, let's go. Let's move on to something else, Trevor. Since we're getting into this new season, man, who do you think is gonna be the most improved team this year? Who do you think is gonna take the biggest jump compared to their team last year?
The Miami Dolphins.
The Dolphins.
I think now that doesn't mean that they're gonna go crazy. That doesn't mean, they'll win a super. I'm not saying they're gonna win a Super Bowl, but
Mm-hmm.
I do feel like if you look at their team last year, which uh, wasn't great, I think that they'll take that step forward with the additions of Tyreek Hill. They have a really good defense, new coach coming in. A lot of people are saying positive things about how that locker room has benefited from that coaching style,
Hmm.
especially Tua. A lot of people say that Tua's looking a lot better in terms of his leadership in the locker room and him being able to be himself
Yeah.
based off of that new coaching change. So I think it's going to carry over into the season, and they're going to be better, and they're going to be most improved from based off of what they were last year.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the I know I'm a Cowboys fan and it's gonna surprise everybody, but I got to go with the Eagles. They had amazing offseason moves. They made a lot of improvement. Even they made the playoffs last year. Like they were picking it up as the season was going on. Even though they probably still won't be able to compete with my boys, but I think I think they'll have a good season and they'll contend for the NFC East title. Um, they made a lot of splash signings in the receiver front. They were already known for being a really good run team, and they also shared up their defense a little bit. So I think they'll probably be the most improved.
That's a good pick. I was deciding between them and the
Yeah,
Dolphins, so
those
that
are the two. Yeah,
yeah, so that's definitely a good pick.
cool. Let's go. Let's go to the Super Bowl picks now, Trevor. We talked about who's
Whew.
going to be the most improved. My Super Bowl pick, I have to go with the Buffalo Bills. Just off of what they had last year and adding Bob Miller to that team, I don't see how they don't win the Super Bowl. I mean, like, it's not much. It's not much to be said. Like they're
Okay,
probably the best.
so
They're probably the best team in football. So
yeah, so we're just picking the team that wins, or we're
yeah, the
picking the
team.
matchup. Okay,
Who
the
who we
team.
think's gonna
Okay,
win?
okay, cool, cool, cool. So I honestly I can't argue with you. Like that was the team
Mm-hmm.
that I thought would win it, especially with the Rams and Matthew Stafford's elbow, not really knowing how that's going to shake out right now.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I'm not too high on many teams out of the NFC other than the
Mm-hmm.
Rams. So I feel like the Super Bowl winner is definitely coming from the AFC. So now if you look at that, I think um the Kansas City Chiefs are not going to go back to the Super Bowl. I feel like they have a good shot to make it to the conference championship, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that they'll win it. It's a lot of competition, especially in specifically in their division, but also in the whole conference. And I feel like the Buffalo Bills coming off of that loss last year, being hungry, like you said, Adam Von Miller
Mm-hmm.
to already really, really good defense. And then you have Josh Allen along with Stephon Diggs, and they're going to continue to improve. So I mean it's hard to argue against the Buffalo Bills, man.
Yeah. All right, Trevor. So every week we're gonna pick about 5 games. And we're gonna keep our records and see who wins at the end of the season. At some point, we'll come up with some fun bet, like whoever loses has to do something. But for right now, we'll just go through the picks. I got them written down right here. We'll run through these real quick since it's a holiday week and let everybody get back to their days, man.
All
We
right,
might have to
got
pick
you.
up, if anything, as always, we always say, like, if something big pops off during the week, we might shoot another episode or something like that.
Yeah.
But let's start it off with this one, Trevor. So, first game of the season, Thursday night, Rams or Bills?
I'm gonna go with the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Bills as well. I don't know about Matthew Stafford's elbow, man.
Yeah, that's the only thing, man. That's really the only thing.
All right, Baker Mayfield playing against his old team in Charlotte. Who you got, the Browns or the Panthers?
The Browns.
I'm gonna go
You
Panthers.
got Panthers, got you. Okay.
Um, rivalry game, divisional rivalry game to start off the season. Steelers and Bengals.
I'm gonna go Bengals.
I'm going Steelers.
Okay. Fair enough.
So Mike Tomlin's Mike Tomlin, man. I don't like to bet
No,
against him.
hey, I understand. I understand.
Um, I think there's another division matchup. Dolphins Patriots.
Hmm.
I'm gonna take the Dolphins.
I'm gonna go with the Dolphins as well. I think
Okay.
there's still some stuff going on with the Patriots right now, trying to figure things out. So I'm gonna go with the Dolphins to come out
Yeah, I'm a
pretty
little worried about
strong.
the Patriots too.
Yeah.
So last game of the week, Sunday night football. Cowboys or the Bucks?
Mm, that's a tough one. I think we talked
It
about
is a
this
hard
last
one.
time.
It was a tough game last year too.
Man. Uh, I'm gonna go with the Cowboys on this one.
Yeah, I gotta go with the Cowboys. I don't see them, especially with as much carryover as they have on the team. I can't see them losing to the Bucks to start their season 2 years in a row. Like
Yeah.
it's gotta be like a little personal, you know,
Yeah, and I
especially
think
playing at home too.
yeah, like you said, they're playing at home. I feel like it's gonna take the Bucks a little bit to get into their rhythm and flow,
Mhm.
especially with some of the stuff that's happened over the offseason. So I'm gonna go with the Cowboys for that one.
Cool. Well, everybody, we can't wait till Thursday. Um, as always, if you enjoyed this episode, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, follow us on Instagram, and as always, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend, man. And we'll see y'all next week on the next episode of the Huddle.
Sir, catch y'all later.